Welcome to Charlotte, North Carolina, Bank of America Stadium, as a couple teams square off in a game that is often filled with hijinks and fun. The Duke's Mayo Bowl. Bowl games are not only a reward for how you played in the regular season, but can be a springboard into next year as well. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Wake Forest Deacons, taking on a team from the SEC, the Mississippi State Bulldogs. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. Kickoff team out there ready to tee it up in this bowl game. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So the Wake Deacons offense will have the ball first. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David, both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique too, David, is that they're very versatile guys. Both guys can run between the tackle box. They can take it outside. They can both catch the football as well. So no doubt the game plan for both offenses, feed the running back as many different ways as possible.
And breaks into the open. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, you're going to be hard to stop.
And the Deacons just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Looking to throw on first down. Got his man on the right. And he's still running after the move. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14.
Well, this offense is showing you it doesn't take a lot of time for them to generate explosive plays through the air. Big completion on the previous play. They take another shot and hit it, and they have completely flipped the field.
The Deacons will snap it on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on 2nd down, and likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback has just got to settle in. Timing is important. Get rid of the ball on time. Trust your read and execute this passing play if you're throwing it.
Got it! Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
I love that from this offense. 3 is good. You're in field goal range, but now we're set up with 1st and goal because of great 3rd down execution by this offense. Stay aggressive. Even when you get in this part of the field, when everything shrinks and gets a little bit harder, you still want to be aggressive.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. And the defense sold out to stop the run, and they do here on 1st down.
and you got to get locked in the red zone. A lot of defense coordinators, they'll tell you, we'll give up yards, but we got to understand what we're trying to get accomplished. Great job down here near the goal line. This defense bowing their neck up and getting a big stop.
They'll try to pound their way in. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
The big fellas coming out in the goal line defense. He'll sneak it. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop.
Decision coming up here. I'm kicking a field goal, though, David. First drive of the game. You want to pay it off and just put some points up on it.
Well, and see, I'd go for the touchdown because here's the thing. I'm going to make them go the length of the field, almost 100 yards, even if I get stopped. I'm starting this game aggressive.
Looking to throw. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Demon Deacons. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And that is why timing is so important in the passing game. That is a critical fourth down. Down near the goal line, everything's going to happen quickly. It's got to be a great route. The quarterback has to get rid of it on time and make an accurate throw. 2 dudes on the exact same page coming up with a massive touchdown down near the goal line on fourth down.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. They put together an 81-yard drive, and they finished it off, needing just a few inches and going up top to get it. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Mississippi State's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, all power. All those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well today.
Looking to throw, it's Shapen. Quickly out to the tight end.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. With the catch, it's Evans. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. Touchdown, Demon Deacons. The defense putting points on the board.
That's such a great job by the defense because they never quit on the play. Yeah, they gave up a completion, but did you see them swarm to it, rip the ball out? They're able to scoop it, score. That is an unbelievable effort play by the defense.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. The scoop and score. What a lift it can give to the defense. Not content to get the ball. They wanted to do something with it, and they did. They're out there to kick it off. The return team must rivet that ball to their rib cage. Can't afford another turnover. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Rides to the back. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Wake Forest has the lead. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. If this offense had a little extra time to think about it, let's see what they have on third down. Pressure coming. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
And I like the aggressiveness on third and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's fourth and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the Deacon offense. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
And the Demon Deacons can really attack on this second and short. Finds the tight end. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Now they've moved it just inside the 40. First and 10 from the 39. That's caught. It's Mays. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
Yeah, and what a nice job seeing it, reacting, and throwing it. When you run these RPOs, you want to read the defense really quickly. Is he playing run? Okay, boom. I'm going to throw the slant right behind him. Nice job by the QB.
The Demon Deacons with the first and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown, Wake! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the score comes on a touchdown pass covering 28 yards. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Here comes the Mississippi State offense ready to attack. They're looking at a 21-point hole. There's still time to do some work, but there's also no time to waste. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. The give out of the gun. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Bulldogs with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. grabbed behind the line. It's Thompson. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. What a weapon these wide receiver screens can be. Not only do you get a convoy blocking, you get dynamic running.
When you do this and you show me the threat of throwing this wide receiver screen, it makes me play defense differently. It makes me have more guys out wide, which opens the box inside. So I think it's really smart for coordinators and offenses to continually throw these screens to playmakers.
Caught over the middle. It's Thompson. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The Bulldogs can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Trying play action. Got a man, it's Williams. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
And the Bulldogs really need to keep this drive alive on third down. He wants to throw it again. Pressure's there, and he lets it go. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
There's no substitute for experience, and the QB did the right thing there. Third and short, in field goal range. Can't take a negative play, can't turn it over. Just throw it away. Now, if you want to kick a field goal, you've got that opportunity.
Looking to move the chains, Mississippi State lines up on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. And they make the connection, and he's got it at the 10-yard line, set up with a red zone opportunity. This offense needs a little something to feel good about going to halftime, a chance to chip away here on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. They need 7 more yards to reach the end zone. It's second and goal. Using the quick game. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Well, they've gotten it down to the 3, but now it's third and goal. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone, they're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front.
And on fourth down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. Right down the boulevard. Are forced to settle for 3.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So they put the field goal on the board and about to kick it away, and hoping that'll be the final points of this first half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Catch in the middle, it's Hernandez. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket, threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
Pocket breaking down. Took a shot as he threw. Flags flying as the pass is incomplete. Let's see what the call is.
Illegal forward pass.
You can't do that. An illegal forward pass will cost the offense 5 yards. From the gun, the running back has it. He stopped just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line. Needed more to move the sticks. It'll be 4th down. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Reese, we figured we might get a Duke's Mayo Bowl that would have social media buzzing for a variety of reasons, and through 2 quarters of football, that is the case. And this offense has been the story through 2 quarters, extending this lead and really dominating almost every aspect of this game. We're talking lethal efficiency from the O-line right on down to the skill position guys. Although I'd argue those big uglies up front are skilled players in their own right. With that said, let's send it back to Reese and the guys for the second half in the Duke's Mayo Bowl.
And the Deacons will kick it away to crank up the second half. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. They'll start the 3rd quarter with the run. Turning it on! And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a 1st down.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
The Bulldogs, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Just a short pass to the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Yeah, this defense is going to have a plan for this tight end, especially when he lines up in the slot, because there's a lot of different routes he can run, and because of his size and his wingspan, he's very, very difficult to cover.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking downfield, it's Shapen. Fires to the big fella. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing there.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the 1st down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. With the catch, it's Williams. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41.
Well, it looks to me like the offense made some adjustments at halftime. Only 3 points in the first half. But here we go in the first drive of the 3rd quarter. And this quarterback looks locked in. Really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down.
Mississippi State really efficient on offense right now. Wants to throw again. That's caught. It's Thompson. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. Using him out of the slot, he has just been unstoppable.
And I love putting dynamic athletes in the slot that I can move around, that I can put in motion, that I can make him go in or out. I can put him off the ball so you can't get hands on him, and they've really featured this guy today.
Tight end now in motion. Give to the running back. Moves it forward just a bit, a pickup of 1 to the 35.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
3rd down play from the gun. Caught close to the marker, it's Thompson. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
To the air, it's Shapen. A strike downfield. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6.
The offense really struggled in the first half of this game, so it was important coming out of halftime. They were able to generate some momentum and get some rhythm offensively, and right now they look like they have it on this drive. Great news to see the quarterback make that last throw there to pick up the first down. They need him to play great in the second half.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football, and you saw that there on the incompletion.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Back to pass. He wants it all. Touchdown, Bulldogs. The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive. Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step one. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game and get some of that momentum back on your side. You still got more work to do, but step one accomplished.
On to attempt the try.
Kicker on for the extra point.
And with the extra point, they draw closer. It's 21-10. They put together an 81-yard drive, and they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Pulled and finds his man on the left. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that route.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Looking to fire. That's caught. It's Barnes. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route running. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
The Deacons come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. They'll try to get it through the air. Got his man. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. We've come to the break, and it's Wake Forest holding the lead. And we've reached the end of the 3rd, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They go back to work with a 1st down in the final period of this one. To the air on 1st down. Finds his tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Picked up some yardage with that completion, now 2nd down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Oh, he's got some space. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the 1st down.
Really impressed with the running back. His stats haven't been great, right? Every yard has been hard to come by, but these are some of the best runs we've seen in the game by him, and it's happening at the most important time here in the 4th quarter.
And the Deacons are marching down the field. Sends it back in motion. Looking downfield on 1st down. Pulls it in. It's Mays. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down.
How about this offense, man? You got to love it. Late in the fourth quarter, you have the lead. They don't get conservative. Staying balanced. Run, back it up with a pass, getting the first down, a few more first downs, and you can walk out of here with a W.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Clock continues to run, and they'll be happy to wind it all the way down before they snap it. The RPO, fire complete to the left. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
I'll tell you, I just don't like throwing wide receiver screens against press man coverage. Receivers are not great blockers, and they just couldn't get it done there, and as a result, the offense actually loses a couple of yards.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his man. It's Mays. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. And this field goal attempt will be a 48-yarder and not straight on from the left side. No good. After the miss, still an 11-point game, guys.
Hey, sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Pulls it in. A solid pickup there, works it to the 38 before being pushed out of bounds. Good start to this drive, and they'll need much more if they're going to give them a finish.
They need a ton more of this, but you got to start the drives great. The first play needs to be really good. That was a good start. Now we got to keep building on it, and we got to do it in a hurry.
Looking for a man. It's Shapen. Unloads to the wideout. The short hands. It's Thompson. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Under fire. Turns it loose deep. Big guy smells it. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
Man, you got to like these last 2 plays by this offense. You understand, you're in a deficit. You've got to score multiple times to get back in this football game. Nice job pushing the ball down the field, making explosive plays. They're going to need more of it, and they're going to need it fast.
They are really clicking along, 1st and goal on just the 4th play of the drive. Trying to pound it in. Touchdown, Mississippi State. And here they come, almost all the way back.
Well, the good news is you scored a touchdown. You've made this a one-possession game. The bad news is you got to get the ball back. So if you're the head coach, you got to start thinking, how are we going to do that? Are we going onside kick, or do we trust our defense to give it back to the O?
So the first part of the job is done. They got the touchdown. Now for the 2 to make it a field goal game. Wants to go up top. Finds his big tight end. He will be stopped just inches away after the catch and run. They got one of the touchdowns they needed, and they'll try to get the ball back right now with the onside kick. The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. One possession game, getting late, first order of business, just take care of the football.
So they call this situation 4-minute offense, where you're trying to run the football and throw high percentage passes to maintain possession and bleed the clock. This is a very difficult point of the game to execute at a high level, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, what you understand as an offense is if I get 1 or 2 first downs, this ball game's over. And that's your sole objective. Not scoring, take care of the football, get a few first downs, walk out with the W.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
Yeah, and not a surprise by this offense, right? This is a game management type situation. I want to run the football. I want to run the clock. The clock is my friend with the lead late in the
And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the fourth.
And those outside linebackers nowadays, they're so fast. They got to cover ground, but you can blitz them off the edge, and they can get after quarterbacks. Versatile. That's why they're getting drafted so high in the NFL and getting paid all that money.
The Deacons will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Dropping back, it's Shapen. Out of the backfield, he's open.
And you're seeing why this guy is on the field during 2-minute situations. He can catch the football and make things happen. Nobody open downfield. You just dump it down to him and let the guy go to work, pick up a huge play, and help this offense get in position to win the game.
Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Grab near the sticks. It's Evans. Works his way out to the 36-yard line before being pushed out of bounds.
That's something as a defense you got to be prepared for. In a 2-minute situation like this, you know they're going to try to throw the football to the sidelines and get guys out of bounds. So you've got to have outside leverage, or you need zone defense to help out and try to bracket guys on these outbreaking routes.
Looking to throw on first down. The quick out. No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one.
Man, this is such a hard situation. That clock is your enemy, and you've got to push the ball down the field, but you know the defense is dropping back, so you can take the underneath stuff and go to your second and third read some, but we've got to stay aggressive.
No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
Well, this defense is going to need a few plays now to get some of this momentum back. Remember, they had a massive lead earlier in the game, but that's dwindled now, and you wonder if they were just sleepwalking a little bit. They've got to step up now and play with some urgency.
They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. The snap sets up to throw. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.